Hey guys, it's Tech Balloon. This is the OnePlus Nord, the one shot OnePlus has at proving to its customers that it hasn't drifted from its roots of providing a flagship experience for a not so flagship price. I brought the Nord along while I visited Texas and California, all the way to Apple headquarters, to see if they hit the mark with their new budget device. My first impressions of the Nord were overwhelmingly positive but confusing. Starting at a price between $480 and $500 US, this phone fiercely competes with the likes of the iPhone SE and Pixel 4a. But it isn't being sold in the US yet. I received it as part of a beta testing program run in the US and Canada for OnePlus to decide whether they should start selling the phone in these markets. It's being sold in India, China, and Europe, but it's a smartphone US and Canadian consumers would love as well, for a couple reasons, starting with its eye-catching design. Pulling Nord out of the box, its 6.44-inch screen is the phone's centerpiece as soon as its 90Hz AMOLED glows to life. Covering over 86% of the front, it looks like it belongs alongside the likes of the iPhone 11 Pro and Galaxy S20. It's difficult to find a screen that looks this good on a phone in the budget price range, and the in-screen fingerprint sensor is cool as it always catches the eye of people who are stunned to find out such a technology exists. Moving on to the back, we find a total of 4 cameras seated on a unique gray color OnePlus is calling Gray Onyx. The main lens is 48 megapixels. Then we have an 8 megapixel ultrawide lens, which covers an impressive 119 degrees, and a 2 megapixel macro camera alongside the 5 megapixel depth sensor. Photos taken in the main camera's 12 megapixel mode are in line with its price, but the inclusion of a wide angle and 48 megapixel lens is really what makes a range of great shots possible. OnePlus Nord does well capturing normal photos that you take right after opening the camera, but when you switch to the 48 megapixel mode, you will find that you can capture an incredible amount of detail, even when compared to something like the iPhone 11 Pro. And the night mode is awesome as well. While testing out the OnePlus Nord, I thought I would compare it to the iPhone 11 Pro, and there's no better place to do it than at the Apple headquarters. So I'm going to take a couple shots here to compare. The iPhone is clearly better, but there aren't many complaints in the camera department. And while we're covering cameras, I should mention the impressively wide angle and crazy wide angle selfie lenses. The wide angle lens is 32 megapixels and the ultrawide is 8 megapixels. Perfect for a large group or socially distant selfies. And there's plenty of room to store your photos on board, with storage options ranging from 128 to 256 gigabytes. Paired with the 128GB storage option is 8GB of RAM. And with the 256GB storage option, we have 12GB of RAM. That's insane, considering 8GB of RAM is the standard for most computers in 2020. And all configurations run on a 5G-enabled Snapdragon 765G. The phone's performance abilities show when playing Asphalt 9, PUBG, and other graphic-intensive games. The Nord can handle all of them on high settings with ease. The OnePlus budget also packs battery and charging capabilities that back its impressive specs. Warp Charge is super helpful to top up or quickly charge the phone, and the 4115 mAh battery lasts me a day or two depending on my usage. So everything I just talked about makes the Nord a great option for a powerful, beautifully designed budget phone. But when OnePlus is shaving the price tag down, we can expect a couple of sacrifices. It's up to the user to decide if these lost features are worth the price cut. First, the Nord lacks wireless charging, but I would happily choose warp charging over wireless charging any day. Then there's the lack of a telephoto lens, which I would have much preferred over a macro or depth sensing lens. It's also limited to a single speaker, which doesn't sound as good as dual speakers, but gets pretty loud. Overall, I think the features that OnePlus held from the phone don't compromise its experience. The phone is an undoubtedly good competitor in the $400 to $500 price range. The combination of a Snapdragon 765G, 8 to 12 gigabytes of RAM, and a 90Hz AMOLED make this phone a good deal even in the $700 to $800 price range. OnePlus has done a great job of creating the Nord to embrace where they came from, creating flagship phones for a not so flagship price. And on that note, to everyone watching in the US and Canada, I would hold off on importing a Nord until they officially release it here, since it doesn't work with all carriers or US and Canadian 5G yet. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe for more videos on the latest and impactful technology. And check out techballoon.com for the latest in tech news.